Lofoten. What is it about this group of islands that creates such great pull towards photographers? What is it that makes them drag people from all across the world towards this rainy, snowy, icy, windy environment? Truth be told, this wasn't the case 10 years ago. My father tells me the last time he visited Lofoten, he was almost all alone up there photographing this exotic nature. It's only this past decade Lofoten went from a hidden gem to a well-known and well-photographed El Dorado. So why is this? The long answer might be the raw settings, the small unique fishing communities or fiskevær, seeking shelter beside incredible towering mountains. It might be the fact that it's different, it's beautiful, and it's diverse. However, the short answer might also be, in addition to all that, Lofoten can also offer nights like this. So why am I here? Well, approximately 3 months ago I was contacted by a group of Americans wondering if I would join their visit to Lofoten late February. Planning locations, help with photography, running a small workshop, if you will. Many people seem to believe that Norway is quite small, and because I'm Norwegian, Lofoten is just a stone's throw away from my house. This is not actually the case. Lofoten is further away from my home than France is, and that's one of the reasons that I hadn't gotten the chance to visit Lofoten before this request. So in order to agree to this with a good clear conscience, I figured I needed to get to Lofoten a couple of days prior before the group, scouting the area and make myself familiar with the islands. And when I told my dad about this, that I wanted to spend 3 days up here before the gentleman arrived, he of course wanted to join me. And here we are.
Røyking forstillet i oppmerkede røykeområder. Så takker vi så meget for denne gang, og vi ønsker på gjensyn til å se seg så Starlines. Takk for nå, og ha en fin dag. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐿. For safety reasons, please remain seated with your...
This was a great idea. I spotted this little island from the car me and my father was driving. And I saw that island with that beautiful tree, and I said, pull over, I have to take an image of that tree on that island. And my dad, kind as he is, he pulled over just up there, and I jumped out of the car and I tumbled down this snow-covered hill that you can see behind me. And I sat up, and when I got down here I thought, this composition ain't gonna work. Not at all. So I had to change up my plans. I'm trying something else right now. Because lately I've been doing a lot of panoramas, and if I use my 100 to 300 millimeter lens to do panoramas, that could be really interesting. So I've gone for a pretty zoomed in panorama of the island and the mountain ridge, the mountain change behind it, and that beautiful light. It looks incredible. And I really hope this works, because I never ever have done this before, but I think it will work. But I can't see the result before I get back from this trip. We had a bit of a rough start with delayed flights and delayed luggage, but everything made it here, and we landed at Evenes, picked up a rental, and we drove all the way around. And right now, this is the first image on our way to Røde in Lofoten. And I'm excited. I am really excited. Whew. All right, I hope this works. Here's the image.
Thing is, when you're surrounded by so much towering beauty, it's sometimes hard to know exactly where to start it all. And as we crept closer and closer to Lofoten, we realized the sunset was approaching very quickly and we desperately needed a suitable location to photograph it. I took out my map over Lofoten, found the sunset angle and picked a spot based on my gut feeling. We took a left towards 𝐔𝐒𝐬𝐃.
Last light of the day. I need to hurry now. I'm standing now at a place called 𝐒𝐚𝐬. We took a gamble, we trusted our gut instinct and we just took a detour off the road. And right now I'm in a field with some tufts of grass here. And there's a panorama opportunity here, I think. That's what I'm doing anyway. I'm starting from my left side all the way to the right side there. But I need to work fast. Sorry, I need to cut this short. I'll speak to you afterwards. I did 3 different panoramas from this point. One pretty high up, around a focal length of 30mm, micro four thirds, and just took the whole scene. And then I swapped lens to the 100 to 300mm, and I was approximately at that 100mm, shooting much closer panorama from there to there with the sunset. And then finally I went really, really low, and I did an HDR panorama, really wide. With short focus in the middle, so I get just focusing on the straws and get the mountains in the background a bit blurry. So 3 different panoramas. I'm not sure yet which of them will work the best, but I'm really, really curious, and I really wish I could start editing the images this same evening, but I need to just let them be and get to work on them when I get back. Alright, I'm starting to get really, really cold now. I put on my gloves. So we're gonna head back to the car, drive to Røde and get our luggage out of the car and have something to eat and go out and photograph the northern lights. So this is a good day, a good day. All right, let's do it. Alright, did you get any pictures?
I got a lot of pictures. If they are not fine, then there's something wrong with the man behind the camera, I think. There are motifs around all over here. You turn around 360 degrees and there are motifs everywhere.
My father had this great idea of an image of the moon rising behind a mountain ridge, because tonight there's a full moon. So afterwards we unpacked our bags at the place where we're staying. We drove the car to a place called Lofoten, and we parked our car and we went out and into position, took out the long lens and got everything ready for the moon shot. But as we were doing that, some things were starting to happening behind us, and suddenly the sky lit up with the auroras. This is the Northern Lights. This is live Northern Lights. This is kind of cool. Needless to say, the moon plan was quickly abandoned, and we set up both cameras, me down to the right and my father a bit above to the left, and we just started clicking away. Take another one.
Okay.
Our fingers are pretty cold, our batteries are pretty dead, but our spirits are pretty high. This is a lot of fun. All right, are you happy, Dad?
I'm very happy.
He's my light man now. All right, we're gonna continue photographing. So I know there's a bright light in your face, but how was it?
I think it was a very nice experience. Not only the pictures, but just to feel Northern Lights was very, very, very nice.
Given that the moon was out, lighting the surrounding mountains, I was able to keep the shutter speed to around 2 seconds. The ISO was usually at 2000 and I shot as wide as I could at f2.8. We continued photographing the Northern Lights for many hours, all the way from the Fredvang bridges on Flakstad to the well-known and well-photographed Hamnøy where we stayed. Needless to say that this particular evening, the bridge overlooking the red iconic cottages were pretty packed. And from what we gathered, it had been raining for 5 days straight, so everyone, including us, were pretty excited to have a go at the auroras. And we couldn't believe our luck. Right after we arrived, the sky lit up with bright, dancing light, painting everything green. It truly was magical.